Americans are leaving the United States to live in countries where they get more bang for the buck, better value for their money. I want to talk about an experience that I recently had in Dallas before leaving the country for Italy. And I met this guy, he is Ghanaian, and we talked about his experience living in the United States. He's originally from Ghana, and he was just telling me how so many Ghanaians now, and not only Ghanaians, but also Americans are moving back to Ghana because the country is developing, the country is booming with opportunities, and he just said that it might be time for him to leave the United States, even though he moved there and he was able to create wealth, and we talked about this too. We are very happy, we are very grateful about living in the United States and having this massive amount of opportunity, living in a place where you can make millions of dollars a year, which is not possible in every country, for every category, right? So the United States is truly something special, a great place for an entrepreneur to thrive in. And I always say this on the channel, that wherever you're at, you have to appreciate the country for what it is and fully take advantage of what the country offers you. While you're living in that country, fully take advantage of everything. Because once you're gone, you might not be able to take advantage of the same opportunities again. This is super important. And he's probably, I want to say in his 40s or 50s, probably late 40s, early 50s. And he was telling me about his kids, growing up in America, and he just wants to move back to Ghana for a simple reason that he said life in the US is so fast, it's very fast paced. People have lunch in just a few minutes, right? They eat it very quickly, and there's not much appreciation for food, which I kind of agree with, especially on like a weekday, but even on weekends, it can be a little bit messy. It can happen too quickly. But oftentimes you also go out and eat for like an hour, 2 hours in America. It does happen, right? But we're not talking about professionals, which is, he said I want to go back to Ghana. And then I told him what I knew about Ghana, and he was actually surprised. These places are not on a lot of people's radar yet, then they're good places to live in. And he said many Americans are moving there for lots of different reasons. Let's say they have a house in America that's worth $800,000, sell their house for $800,000, rebuy the same place. I mean, it's not the same place right now, but kind of like the same value, if you will, for say $300,000 in Ghana. They rebuy the house for less than 50%, and they keep a good chunk of what they have, and they can use that money to live there, right? Let's say they left their job, $500,000 gets you many, many years in Ghana, right? Probably a couple decades. If you got your home taken care of, if you don't have to pay rent, sure, you have utilities, you have food, you have water, you have transportation, all that kind of stuff. This will get you a long way, this will get you many, 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 many years. And he said many people are also starting businesses there now. So Ghana is a place where skilled immigrants are moving to. People from North America are moving to Ghana because it's just a great place, right? You get so much more value for your money. The quality of life is different. America is very fast paced. And he said Ghana, I've never been to Ghana, so I'm just reiterating his words. He said in Ghana, the quality of life is amazing. He said, once my kids are out of school, he wants to move back there permanently. But he also said that he will always appreciate what he was able to accomplish in America. And I think that's important too, right? If you come from a point of appreciation, of just complete gratitude for the things you were able to accomplish in the country that made you wealthy, which in his case is America, it's a place where you can make so much good happen. It's a great place to network, a great place to do business. And America has so much good. It still has so much good despite of the narratives people are putting out there that the West is collapsing. I'm sure in certain ways we're having more problems than before, but in other ways we're doing better than before. So you got to see the full picture, and you cannot be biased in any country. But he said, Ghana, the quality of life is great, slow pace. I get more value for my money. And it's just a lifestyle that's more appealing. He said that working in America is hard. It is hard, Cost of living's high. You got to work more hours than you do in many other countries. But you can make it big in America. And if you made it in America, you can then move to a place where your money goes a much longer way. And that's what he does. And we're then talking about the place where I'm now in, Italy. We talked about how in Italy now you can get residency and buy EUR Houses. And he was like, well, do you want to help me with that? And I'm like, sure, we are a full package relocation agency. I would love to help you. We help people from everywhere. And so we talked about this, and he then told me, wow, I'd really like to have a home in Italy, like a vacation home, like a summer home. I'm like, yeah, that's fantastic, And so we kind of exchanged contact details, and I had one of the best conversations I've had in a long time. And I'm having very good conversations in America with people, especially people who are well-traveled. It's just so much to talk about, and I always love hearing different perspectives and different stories from different parts of the world. And I truly believe that West Africa is probably one of the best places to go to now because, again, it's booming. It's just starting to kick off, and this is where you want to be. Certain countries are saturated, Real estate prices are high. Cost of living is sky high. You might not be able to get in. The visa situation is too difficult, right? Getting a residence permit is a nightmare. So you want to be in a country that is still kind of open, that doesn't make it too difficult, where you get good value for your money, whatever that means to you. If you want it very cheap, maybe 25 to 30 cents on the dollar, there are plenty of places. If you're willing to spend 40 to 50 cents on the dollar, if you're willing to accept such a deal, then you have even more options, I think, that also provide good quality. And if you want super high quality and standard of living and living in a clean environment, then you might have to pay a bit more than 40 to 50 cents on the dollar, right? Maybe you have to spend 60 to 70 cents on the dollar, like in certain European countries, right? But yeah, this is great. This gentleman, right? He is looking to change his life. He came from Ghana, he moved to America, started a family. I mean, this is the American dream come true, right? I mean, he worked his butt off, and I loved how he talked about it because he was filled with passion, and he doesn't hate America. He loves America. He said, I love this country. I love what this country stands for. This country is the reason why I have everything that I have today. And it's so important to come from this point of view, from this point of gratitude, where you see that, wow, without this country, I might not have what I have today. And he realized that, and I always appreciate that too. But then he said, I would like to move back now because I have outworked myself. And this happens to a lot of people in America, right? They outwork themselves. They just pretty much kill themselves to make it. And that's what it takes. Let's be real. That's what it takes. If you want to succeed in America, you're going to work your butt off. Nothing's for free. This is a highly competitive country, but you can make it. And so he did. And now he wants to move back. Fantastic. And he wants to take his family back. So what I'm trying to say here is that America is a great country, but there's so many emerging countries where you can get more out of life. If you're looking to cut down on your living costs, if you're looking to really get an upgrade and also have more peace of mind and just enjoy different aspects of life. That might also be present in America, but aren't as intensified as they are in other countries. And this is the key in life, right? Wherever you are, enjoy that place 100%, get the best out of it. And when you're moving to a new place, do it there, focus on this 100%, get the best out of it. Do that and you'll be happy, I'm pretty sure. If you're doing something 100%, you'll be happy. There's no question about that. And just try, if you're not building, just starting to build your business, if you're starting to work, focus on that. Focus on creating results. Create the results. And then once you have accumulated wealth, you can have so many more options than other people. But it does take sacrifice to get there. So don't forget that. It always takes sacrifice to create results, right? No master has ever fallen from sky, at least not that we know of. I just wanted to finish this video on a couple notes here. If you want to get roughly 25 to 30 cents on the dollar, you have many options in Southeast Asia. Plenty of options there, right? Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia potentially, right? You have many options there to get a big spending cut. If you want to get maybe 30 to 50 cents on the dollar, I think Latin America is great. West Africa is great. Northern Africa, right? You can get big cuts there. And we're just talking about rent and like these things like services, right? Food, you might get a lot more than what we're talking about here, but just talking about like the big expenses, right? So 30 to 50 cents on the dollar is possible in many Latin countries. If you want to come to Western Europe, you got to spend more than that. You got to spend probably 60 to 70 cents on the dollar, to get the kind of life that you want. It's going to be cheaper in Western Europe than it is in most of North America, especially rent is a killer now in North America, right? You're going to be able to rent for less in Europe, but the food will be pretty much the same. You're not going to save that much, but food in Europe is of high quality. So you might spend the same or a little bit more, but the food is extraordinary. If you want, say, 40, 50 cents on the dollar, many Eastern European countries are great options for that. You have it right here. What are your thoughts about this subject? Where are you located in the world today? Are you looking to leave America? And where are you looking to move to? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.